I think for most of us engrossed within this medium, there's an understanding that the development of a video game is an artistic undertaking that can be viewed as such from a variety of perspectives. In 2012, while on a trip to Washington, D.C., I had the pleasure of visiting the Smithsonian American Art Museum, which, at the time, was hosting an exhibition called The Art of Video Games. The purpose of the exhibition was to highlight the past 40 years of game development as an artistic medium, drawing attention to astonishing visual effects and innovational technologies. It's a side of this industry that I think is overlooked by the general public, obfuscated behind the hulking arms of the mainstream machine and drowned out by the gnawing and gnashing of zombified teeth and state-of-the-art assault rifles. Not that those games or the people who develop them are bad, I've featured plenty on this channel, but those who hold the brush do paint the canvas.
Violent depictions of women being beaten, raped, and run over by cars. It's not the movies, it's video games.
There is a stigma towards games and gamers, once shared by comics and their readers, that the medium is nothing but blood and gore. It is dissipating, however, as more and more people recognize that games aren't just about guns and violence, but so much more. It's in the indie gaming scene that I feel the strongest examples of this can be found. In 2012, I visited an exhibition. 5 years later, I'm watching as a quaint indie game, Everything, garners attention for delivering a powerful and poignant message about the universe and our place within it. Winner of the Jury Prize in Animation at the Vienna Shorts Festival, Everything's 11-minute trailer now qualifies for the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film, the first video game to ever make the Academy's long list. It's a fantastic achievement, but also an interesting one, as the award highlights interactive entertainment, but not for the interactive part. Now think about that. A video game can now be nominated in the category of film, a medium completely void of user interaction.
Well, no, I think once you're like playing any game, it's your experience.
But is it if it's exactly the same and you don't have places you can explore and there's really only one route? Essentially, at that point, you're walking through an art gallery, right?
If you watch two people play the game, one next to another, like they're gonna have different experiences. Like they might take different value into different symbols. They might spend more time in one room versus the other player. It's a very, very interpretive process that has players directly controlling them with the keyboard. WSAD, first-person shooter control scheme. I don't know. I've never really. This is something that like you and I have a core disagreement on. But
oh, yeah.
I think I've never really found the merit, the argument that these things aren't considerable video games to have much weight.
It's oft debated what exactly makes a video game, with some stipulating certain criteria before it can be called as such, like the need for a clearly defined failure state. The debate rages on despite the official definition of a video game being broad enough to be all-inclusive without losing its specificity. The entire debate strikes me as arbitrary when you consider the strengths of the medium itself, specifically how it can adapt elements relating to other entertainment media and mold them into something new under the umbrella of interactivity. These are elements such as the visual and editorial artistry that goes into film and wins awards, or perhaps the thrilling excitement of developing your own story and choose-your-own-adventure novels. A game can take all kinds of forms. Broken Glasses is about passion. It's about taking an image that decades ago represented everything that was uncool or lame and turning it into a symbol of pride. If you have passion about anything, then you nerd out for it and you wear the broken glasses. On this channel, we'll be looking through those lenses at the indie gaming industry in particular, and the developers and artists who contribute to this massive hotbed of innovation and imagination. I want to broaden the thinking on what a video game can be, what stories it can tell, what emotions it can evoke, whilst at the same time combat the stigma still held by some that video games are nothing but violence-filled wastes of time. It's a much bigger world than